Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we're going over Sam Smith's third album called Love Goes. So originally it was supposed to be called To Die For, going off of the fifth single for that album that was supposed to come out in June 2020, but COVID hit and all that jazz, and they also had a different set of mindset when it came to doing it differently on the album. So they pretty much were just like, okay, we're gonna redo a lot of things and get back to you with it. And so, which is honestly, I'm kind of glad. I wasn't really sure where they were going with the. Well, I did know it was a little more commercial with the Dancing with a Stranger, How Do You Sleep, To Die For, I'm Ready, and Promises. Those I was so into it. I was like, yes, 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 yes. But I think what was going on is that they were probably thinking like, okay, this is great. Is it because I think that originally they wanted to do a more pop direction of an album, but they also expressed that during this time that they also went through an actual breakup, and before the other albums like In the Lonely Hour, which came out for 2014, and The Thrill of It All, which came out 2017, were pretty much the idea of breaking up, but as they pointed out, it was more of a unrequited like love, I guess. So he didn't actually experience, or they didn't actually experience what it actually was what the actual feeling was. It was more of what they thought it could be, I guess. But they have definitely know the feeling, because this album definitely shows that. The album is pretty much talking about the aftermath of a relationship and talking about how Sam is missing his partner, and also has a lot of memories that kind of come in and out, and unwanted or wanted it. So let's actually just go through an album. I'm not going to go through all the albums. I'm just going to go through my highlights and also some honorable mentions. So let's do all the good. So pretty much, which is going to be pretty much most of it, but pretty much I loved that it started off with Young. I think Young is it's so simple. There's it's pretty much a cappella. Yeah, I think it's pretty much a cappella. And it's just so beautiful. I love it. It's pretty much them talking about how they don't have that. They just want to get wild, they just want to have fun, and they don't want to be judged all the time by it. And so, as they say, they say, if you want to judge me, then go and load the gun. I've done nothing wrong. I'm young. So pretty much they're saying just like, I'm young. Like, what are you expecting? Like, I'm having a good time. I don't need this is. Having you tell me what I should not do is just making it worse, and it just doesn't make me feel my authentic self, you know? Going is another one I really like, was another one which was influenced by Robin. You can definitely hear her influence in it. And it's great. I would love to see a duet, honestly, with this, but I also understand that it doesn't need a duet due to the fact that they just killed it with their own story with this. Like, it's Sam's story. So pretty much talking about how he's like, or how they're like, okay, I've met your boyfriend. He's beautiful. He's gorgeous. Please treat him like he's someone. And due to the fact that Sam wasn't really treated like someone in the relationship, so they're pretty much saying like, please don't make the same mistake. Like, do right by this guy, you know? Another one I liked was Dance Till You Love Someone Else. Oh my god. I was not expecting for them to go all the way through with this hardcore, like, it's almost disco-y in a way. It feels a little disco-y, but with the sound is so nice. Pretty much talking about how he's gonna just dance out the relationship, like, as they say, like, they say you can't fall out of love until you love someone else. So then I guess I'll dance. That confused me for a minute. I had to reread that line over again. Because it seemed like, okay, so what they're saying is, until you find another person, you're gonna always think about the previous lover that you broke up with. They're always gonna be on your mind. We're not gonna have like it's gonna happen until you find somebody else to kind of cover that, to distract you from it, I guess. So you can fall in love with the other person. So, and I think that's kind of interesting. It's and it's kind of true. It's kind of sad in a way to see. It's kind of a pessimistic way of looking at it, but it also is lightly factual. For the Love that I lost was originally supposed to be a Celine Dion song that's supposed to go on our 2019 Courage, which I'm not sure if it actually is on there or not. Celine fans comment if that's true. I'm just gonna look it up too. Pretty much this one I love. I love it. It's so like Sam Smith knows how to give you heartbreak bops, like heartbreak, like. And it definitely feeling like it, he definitely feels, even going through it, they definitely have definitely felt it. So this definitely shows. And one of the things they say, all the memories feel like magic. All the fighting feels so sweet, seems so sweet. All that we were, my love, was tragic, and you're the last thing I need. Pretty much saying, like, I'm looking back at the relationship, and I just can't help but think happy thoughts of how it went because it meant so much to me. So now those bad things don't look so bad anymore. Those fights don't look as intense or as sad to look at as anymore because it just means that we're fighting over something, you know. And then Forgive Myself. It's deep. It's pretty much the pains of a failed romance, and pretty much saying, as they say, is every part of me hopes you will walk through the door, and that you're here, and that but you're not here. And baby, I don't care. I don't love anyone else. I can't love anyone else until I forgive myself. Pretty much saying, I can't really go on until I forgive myself. It's pretty plain to the point. Just like, so like they'll forever feel this going on with like To Lovers I Lost and to Dancing Until You Love Someone Else is the same kind of theme. Love Goes featuring Labrinth. I'm like trying to not say I'm trying to give it benefit of the doubt of the other songs, but this might be my favorite song off the album. I'm surprised that the title album is my favorite song because it usually isn't with a lot of albums, but I'm very surprised with this. It blew me away, especially with Labrinth. Amazing. It pretty much, it just goes in, talking about the idea of leaving a relationship and knowing it's the right thing to leave it and still having no regrets about it, but the other person's not seeing it that way. So as either of them say this, I think Labrinth says first. So he says, "You're broken. I know this, and if you knew it, you would have loved me a whole different way." And then Sam comes in, and they're like, "You're broken, and we knew it. And if you knew it, you won't fight me when I say farewell." Whoa. Like, wow. It's like, yeah, that's a completely mutual respect. Like, you need to give each other that same respect. If one person doesn't want to be in it, and the other person does, it just doesn't work, you know? There's no clinging to saying goodbye if it's the person doesn't want to be in it, you know? You can't really stop somebody for doing something they don't, or you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do, pretty much. Labrinth's production in this is phenomenal. Amazing. Kids Again was one of my favorites at first, but hearing it throughout the album, I can tell that there's a similarity to another song to this. But I do like this one. I love the music video. The music video is so weirdly nostalgic for not really be able to point down exactly what nostalgia of it that I liked about it. I can't really remember, but I just felt like it was just such a dream to watch it somehow. Now, Kids Again is technically the last bit of the album, and with that said, with just that, I like it. It's a good album. It's a really good album. Shout outs to Oasis with Burna Boy. Love how their voices just mingle so perfectly. This one's just asking for the person's devotion. Like, I just want you to give me your all. You know, because that's all because I can't help myself around you, so I need you to kind of feel that way too, or kind of give me a little bit more. And So Serious is another shout out too. Pretty much saying or they say, and I gotta be out of my mind, because the second that I'm happy and I'm fine, suddenly there's violence and movie scenes. My guess to this is that they're probably feeling this very common insecurity after a breakup or after a lot of trauma happens to you on and on again, that you just immediately expect the worst. And even when things are going well, your mind is just like, this is going too well. Some people sabotage at that moment. And some people just kind of immediately their mood just goes completely down and get serious. And so I think that's a very common thing to do, Sam. Please do not feel ashamed for that. That's exactly what happened. I went through that like twice. Still go through it to this day. So yeah, but for different other things. But anyway, so yeah, I do like this album for this section. So now we're going into the pieces, which is I don't like and like at the same time, because I like the fact that they did add these songs that were supposed to be on the original album at the end, but at the same time, it's just like feels like it's just a throw. Like here you go, here's all the songs that you liked, and the ones that were singles for the other one, they're here. They don't feel like they're mingled into the album. Feel like it's just like, boop, there you go, kind of thing. And I don't really care for that, but I know a lot of artists that do that. So it's just like, I guess I'm just gonna have to just deal with it. I like them all except for Fire on Fire. It didn't really connect with me. I give this a 9 out of 10. It's a good album. It's a really, really good album. I'm so happy about this album, and I didn't even start off as a Sam Smith fan in the beginning. Like when Stay With Me came out, I liked their voice, but I didn't really was connected yet. And then one of my roommate was like obsessed with Sam Smith, like played it all the time, and so I feel like that kind of brought me out into liking them, and then it just grew and grew and grew and grew as time went on, and then as I got to know their personality and just how freeing there's a part of him that it feels very freeing, or part of them that feels very freeing for a while, for like 2 years I think, that he just felt that they just seem like they really have, like doing I Feel Loved was a great example of me feeling like they're finally doing what they want to do, kind of thing, and just living their gayest life, and I love it. I think it's amazing. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought. I think I already said I give it 9 out of 10. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get more of my videos, and I shall see you all in the next video.